Well, let's see how the plastic fared. See that?
Yeah.
I painted this stuff on it, this plasty dip, and I wondered how I was going to do the first time I went down. Well, like I said, if I'm holding you up, you feel free to blaze the trail, man. I forgot how technical this trail is. It's been a while since I've been on this one. The last few trails I've been on have been pretty, yeah, they've been pretty calm, you know, a lot of jumps and straightaways and stuff. This thing's all over the place. And it's kind of, whew, it's just coming back to me now.
Hey guys, I'm back, and I have stolen my teenager's gaming headset with a microphone so I could do a voiceover. It's been so long since I've done a voiceover, so I thought I would try it out with this new mic and see how it sounds. And see how I sound. Do I sound like a professional? Yes. I am here. I'm trying to be Mr. DJ. Well, when I recorded this, I was using a microphone and that was tied into a headset that went into my helmet, and it was awful. Don't ever buy a $10 piece of junk from Big Lots that looks good, because your microphone will be horrible and you just won't be able to understand a word you're saying. So, another reason to do a voiceover. While I was doing this, I actually told a story, and later I covered it in a different vlog, so I've come up with a different thing to share with you. And what I have to tell you is, do you have your flowered sheets go pattern to pattern or pattern up? Let me explain. When I was a youth and went to a church youth activity where there were boys and girls, and we were going to be sleeping over, and everybody was really excited, and I got to sleep at who is now my wife. At the time, you know, we were just dating or just friends, and I got to sleep at her house. Now, don't get too excited. No, she was not there. And of course, this type of activity has happened before in this particular area, so her family was used to this. And what they do is they send, you know, different houses are, you know, this is the guy's house, this house over there, that is a girl's house, and so everybody separates. I got to go with the guys group, and I got to sleep at who is now my wife's house. And she let me even sleep in her bed. She knew I was going to be there, and she was like, well, you can just have my bed. Her parents were like, that's totally unusual. Whenever we've done this before, no one ever gets to sleep in her bed. I guess they didn't know that was going to happen, because about 2 o'clock in the morning, they had this big kind of clock that made a whole bunch of noise at 2 a.m., and it woke me up and scared the pants off of me. But anyway, that's a different story. As I was climbing into her bed, I noticed that her sheets were really weird. It was like, when I opened up the sheets, the sheet on the bottom that you lay down on, you know, was flower pattern up. But the sheet on the top that you get underneath was also flower patterned up. And I thought that was really weird. I'd never seen that before. At my house, we always put the flowered patterns to where if you fold open the sheets, you can see the flowered pattern on both sides. And now that we're married, that is still something that we argue about. And it's also, you know, it's always playful arguing. If I make the bed, I do it my way, and she gets mad. And she makes the bed, she of course does it her way, which is the right way. And if you've watched any of my vlogs in the past, you'll understand that I've always said, happy wife, happy life. So I try to do it as much as possible as her way. It's just funny that I can never make the bed right. And I didn't know if you had anything that your wife or significant other has different kind of fetishes or different little things. Another thing that my wife always fusses about is whenever I do the laundry, when it comes to putting away the towels. Well, I like to put the towels, I just fold them up and put them in the cupboard. I don't care what they look like. Well, I do it all wrong, of course. She has to make sure that they're folded, and you can't see the ends of the towels. You have to fold them up in a way that when you put them in the cupboard or the closet or whatever, the pantry or whatever it is you keep your stuff, that when you open it again, you don't see any ends of the towels. But I do not complain. It's just one of those interesting things that happens when you become married or start to live with another person. You have to get used to the way they do things, and they have to get used to the way that you do things, and hopefully you can compromise on things, and things that aren't that big a deal don't make into a big deal. So, flower pattern up or flower pattern down. Actually, what's really funny is the last few times my wife has bought sheets, she's even bought just the plain colored ones. So there's no confusion. There's nothing to worry about because there is no pattern. But I love my wife, I love her dearly, and after 17 years of marriage, if that's the one thing that we can argue about, then let it be so. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you enjoy watching Toby. He's behind me. He's a great rider. He actually sold that bike not too long ago, and it was in great shape. I should have bought it.
Am I too slow for you?